Imagine waking up one day to a world where truth and deception are indistinguishable. A world where morality is flipped and people unknowingly follow a false path, believing it to be the right one. What if I told you that this isn't something from the distant future but is already happening around us? People expect Dajjal to appear in the future, but what if his deception has already begun, weaving its way into our everyday lives? The greatest trick of deception is to make you believe that it doesn't exist, and that is exactly what is happening today. Dajjal, also known as the false Messiah, is one of the greatest trials that humanity will ever face. Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, warned us repeatedly about him, emphasizing that every prophet before him also warned their people about Dajjal's fitnah. He is not just an individual but represents a system, a web of deception so powerful that even the most faithful could be at risk. But here's the terrifying part. His influence may already be among us, slowly conditioning people, manipulating society, and preparing the world for his arrival. The deception of Dajjal is not only about a one-eyed individual emerging at the end of times but also about the ideological, moral, and spiritual corruption that prepares the ground for his rule. Today, we see the normalization of sin on a global scale. What was once considered immoral is now celebrated. Modesty is mocked, and indecency is glamorized. The Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, warned us about a time when holding on to faith would be like holding on to hot coal. Are we not witnessing this reality today? One of the major signs associated with Dajjal is the spread of falsehood masquerading as truth. The Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said that Dajjal will bring with him a form of paradise and hell, but in reality, his paradise will be a hell and his hell will be a paradise. This means that people will be deceived into thinking that evil is good and good is evil. Think about how the media manipulates narratives, twisting facts, controlling opinions, and feeding people a version of reality that serves hidden agendas. Lies are spread so convincingly that even those who consider themselves well-informed fall for them. The Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, warned us that Dajjal will deceive even the most intelligent people. If we are not vigilant, we might already be walking into his trap without realizing it. Technology and globalization have made it easier than ever to spread deception. People are more connected, yet more disconnected from reality. Artificial intelligence, deepfake videos, and misinformation campaigns blur the lines between truth and fiction. Imagine how easy it would be for someone with immense influence to manipulate the masses into believing whatever he wants. What's even more concerning is that we live in an era where people blindly follow influencers, celebrities, and politicians, placing them on a pedestal as if they are the ultimate source of guidance. This blind following is dangerous because when Dajjal does appear, he will have the power to perform extraordinary feats that will deceive the masses, making them believe he is divine. Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, warned us that Dajjal will claim to be God, and many will believe him. Today, we already see the groundwork for such deception being laid. The obsession with materialism, the love for this world over the hereafter, and the declining spirituality among people are all indications that society is moving in a direction where Dajjal's influence can thrive. He will prey on the weak, those who lack knowledge and faith, and offer them false hope, wealth, and security. Isn't this exactly what we see today? People are willing to compromise their beliefs for material gain, choosing comfort over truth, even if it means turning away from their creator. Another sign of Dajjal's presence is the division among the people. Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, described a time when there would be widespread disunity, conflicts, and betrayals among people. Look at the world today. Nations are at war, families are breaking apart, and trust is becoming rare. The very fabric of society is being torn apart, and the more divided people are, the easier they are to control. Dajjal thrives on chaos, and the more the world descends into disorder, the more prepared it is for his rule. Dajjal's deception is also linked to the economic system. The Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, mentioned that he will have control over wealth, giving to some and depriving others. Today, we see a global financial system that keeps the rich in power while the poor struggle to survive. The world is controlled by a small group of elites who dictate the fate of billions. The system is designed in a way that enslaves people in debt, making them dependent and easy to manipulate. This is a form of economic enslavement that paves the way for Dajjal's control, where people will be desperate enough to accept whatever he offers. So, how do we protect ourselves from Dajjal's deception? Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, gave us clear guidance. First, we must strengthen our faith. Knowing who our Creator is and being firm in our belief will protect us from falling into his traps. Second, we must seek knowledge. Ignorance is Dajjal's greatest weapon. Those who don't know their faith will be the easiest to deceive. Third, the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, instructed us to memorize and recite the opening verses of Surah Al-Kahf, as they serve as a protection against Dajjal. The lessons in this chapter remind us of the trials of faith, wealth, knowledge, and power, all of which are connected to Dajjal's deception. We must also be cautious of what we consume, whether it's the information we read, the entertainment we watch, or the company we keep. Shaitan works subtly, and Dajjal's influence is no different. The more we engage with falsehood, the more our hearts become desensitized to it. This is why it's crucial to surround ourselves with truth, seek the company of righteous people, and constantly turn back to our Creator. It is not just about preparing for a future event, but recognizing that Dajjal's deception is already unfolding. His system is being established, his influence is growing, and the world is being shaped in a way that will make it easier for him to be accepted when he does appear. The Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, warned us not to seek him out, yet today, many are unknowingly walking toward his deception. The reality is chilling. Dajjal's fitnah is unlike anything humanity has ever faced. But we are not left without protection. If we hold on to faith, seek knowledge, and remain vigilant, we can protect ourselves and our loved ones from falling into his trap. The question is, are we paying attention, or are we already under his influence without even realizing it? The deception of Dajjal is not something that will begin in the future. It has already started. The only way to survive it is through knowledge, faith, and unwavering belief in the truth.